like the tree standing in the middle of a bushfire, sweeping through the timber. The leaves are scorched, and the tough bark is scarred and burnt. But inside the tree, that sap is still flowing, and under the ground, the roots are still strong. Like that tree, we have endured the flames, that we still have the power to be reborn. Our people are used to the struggle and the long waiting. We still wait for the white people to understand us better. We ourselves have spent many years learning about the white man's ways. We have learnt to speak the white man's language. We have listened to what he had to say. This learning and listening should go both ways. We would like people in Australia to take time and listen to us. We are hoping people will come closer. We keep on longing for the things that we have always hoped for: respect and understanding. We know that our white brothers and sisters carry their own particular burdens. We believe that if they let us come to them, if they open up their minds and hearts to us, we may lighten their burdens. There is a struggle for us, but we have not lost our spirit of judgery. There are deep springs within each of us. Within this deep spring, which is the very spirit, is a sound, the sound of a deep calling, too deep. The time for rebirth is now. If our culture is alive and strong and respected, it will grow. It will not die, and our spirit will not die. I believe the spirit of judgery that we have to offer will blossom and grow, not just within ourselves, but in our whole nation. This is an edited version from the writings of Miriam Rouse, Angura Merme, who's like a sister to me from Daly River, and she is a teacher and a community spokesman for the Daly River Mission. I grew up with Rosemary. We did lots of bush things together, because her sister, when she was a little girl, put out from welfare to Adelaide. I adopted her and grew her up as my daughter. Pillock. She worked here for a while, but now she's in Adelaide. I'd like to share with you a story from Central Australia, from my peoples now, the Yakandara, Bindara, Luricha, of my family. And it is a creation story which I'd like to share with you. Because once again, this deep spiritual responsibility comes from what we term the Chukupa. The laws were already made before any one of us was born. The laws were all in place. And I want for you to go back to that beginning with me and become one of the planets that walked with all the stars, planets in the universe. A long, long time ago, in the time of Chukupa, before Chukupa, the whole world was in darkness. There was nothing. Everything was quiet and still. And then there came a small stirring movement which caused a vibration, very soft vibration, which started to light up some of the smaller stars, or people who were walking. Everybody in that past time, in that Chukupa period throughout the universe, just did their own thing, wandered aimlessly as human beings, with no knowledge, but still doing their own thing in the darkness. and void of the whole of the universe. No one knew who was where or where everybody was. There was nothing. And in this darkness, this quiet movement happened. And it was the first awakening of an idea, or jukopa, a thought. And it caused a vibration to start moving outwards from that central point in the universe. As that vibration moved outward, there was this low sound like a hum, accompanying that sound. And everybody who was in their spiritual human shape was wandering around in the darkness, and they all turned around at once. Every planet in the whole of the universe, who were people like us, turned around and wondered, what is happening? Something is going on somewhere. Let's head towards that direction. And they all turned around and in unison moved and headed towards the sound and the center of the vibration. Every single planet up in all of the universe went there. And of course the three we're interested in, as well as all the other major planets and stars, is two sisters was walking together. There were, as we recognize it from where we are, the two sisters was Mother Earth and Mother Sun. And they too turned around with all the others. And they all headed back towards the central sound, central movement, which everybody could feel, and headed towards. And they got close and they started to see each other for the first time, because this light began to happen, a soft glow of the stars. And in the soft glow of the stars, they came together. And they all came and circled around this center of this, which we refer to in our mob as the jukopa, the idea. And the idea was shared. Let us meet and do what needs to be done for the good of all that will be. And no one ever knew what that good of all be was. There was nothing anyway. But this is the way that Jukopa presented this. Let us all meet together and place ourselves throughout the universe in a position that can bring much good to all that will be. That idea was expressed, and so everyone spoke to each other. And the two sisters found if they got too close together, one sister would make the other really hot, which was a sister sun and sister earth. So everyone, all the planets, decided the sun, Mother Sun, should take up a central spot, and each planet in their own way, each spiritual entity in their own way, each living idea, soul or spirit in their own way, would position themselves to be affected in a way they chose to be affected, to be of service to all that will be. And we believe that was the way our Chukkwa created the whole of the universe, and we as Earth people are part of that. And Earth didn't know what was going to happen, but through the setting up, without knowing and trusting what the idea said, became a consciousness of being able to live in a balanced state with each other, trying not to bump each other, hurt each other, but